Welcome back, welcome back. You know, people wonder, how do you waste millions of dollars? How do you waste $43 million? I know, give it to Max Scherzer. Because this is a waste of money. This is pathetic. This is sad. The reason why we brought this man here was to perform, was to earn his money. And the guy is gutless. He's spineless. You know what the thing is? The guy should not be pitching. He's 40 years old right now, and this is the problem right now. These 40-year-olds have capitalized on their historic Hall of Fame careers, and they have basically suckered. I gotta say it right now, and I really stood up for Steve Cohen and the New York Mets, but at this point right now, it is embarrassing that these guys, Max Scherzer and even Justin Verlander, could even hold their heads up. How do you look at the other guys in the clubhouse? How do you look at the young guys who are just coming up? Francisco Alvarez, Brett Beatty, guys who are making hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they look across the dugout and they see this guy making millions of dollars a start, just doing nothing, just blowing the game. It is ridiculous. I can't take it. And like I said, I don't know how Max Scherzer can look at his other teammates. And you know, the first thing I did was I went on Baseball Reference and I looked at Max Scherzer's contract and I said, does he have a team option or a player option for next year? Because I kind of forgot. I knew there's an option for the third year. And, of course, the guy has a player option. So you know what? The guy can rob us for one more year. So I just want to say one thing. If you're a Met fan, if you can like and subscribe, especially if you're upset right now, please like that button. I want to see how many Met fans are upset. How many Met fans feel kind of like I do. I would appreciate to see your feedback too in the comments. Please drop a comment because today was a very upsetting loss against the Yankees. We had it. We were leading 5-1, and Max Scherzer just had to blow it. The bullpen did decent today, and the bullpen's been horrible the whole year. So, you know, you're relying on Max Scherzer to come up big, and he comes up small. You know, Francisco Lindor had a chance to actually earn his money as well today, and of course, $43 million plus $34 million. We're losing. It's just ridiculous. $77 million of unproductivity for this year we just saw on display. So I can't say enough about Max Scherzer because the guy has been basically robbing us. That's number one. Number two, the lineup. I'm just not really, I don't really get the lineup. I really don't. I mean, I'm looking at the lineup, and I don't understand why Tommy Pham got 5 at-bats. Luis Guillorme got 5 at-bats. I just don't get it. I mean, those of you who have listened to Mike Francesa, who know who Mike Francesa is. Mike Francesa used to always say, you know what, in 2011, 2012, the Mets were horrible, and the big thing is they had no professional players. They had no professional at-bats. Now, we're giving away at-bats here. We are giving away at-bats. Brandon Nimmo is probably our best hitter. Him and Alvarez are the best hitters right now in the lineup. Forget about Lindor. And I'm kind of thinking the lineup really has to be shaken up. You need to put Alvarez. Pete Alonso's not here, so you got to put Alvarez either 4 or 5. You might even want to think about moving Nimmo down in the lineup. Maybe you want to put Nimmo 3. The guy, he makes contact, he gets a base. Maybe you want to put him 2. But there's something you got to do to shake things up, to gain a little more consistency in the lineup. Brett Beatty, I think he's gonna come on. I think we're gonna see why Brett Beatty was a top-rated prospect. But there's a lot of problems with this team. There's a lot of problems. We are far away from being a solid team. And if you've seen my last videos, I'm kind of advocating on breaking this up, because even if we did put a stretch together, I don't see this team sustaining success. I don't see this team being successful for the duration of a playoff run. And what is it about? It's about being successful in the playoffs and winning a World Series. I don't care about winning 100 games. I don't care about making the playoffs. That means nothing to us. It means nothing. And if you can envision this team being successful in the playoffs, good for you. Good for you. Because I don't think, as it's currently constituted, we have a team that could go deep in the playoffs and win a World Series. You need starting pitching. We have no starting pitching. None whatsoever. You need consistent starting pitching. Right? So, my thing is, you need to change leadership, and that starts with Billy Epler. I'd start with Billy Epler way before I'd start with Buck Showalter. I'd start with that. And I kind of think Billy Epler is being kept around for one reason. And that's Shohei Ohtani. And if that's the only reason, that is pathetic. Because there's no guarantee that Shohei Ohtani is going to sign with us. There's no guarantee that we can acquire him at the deadline, especially with Artie Moreno still being the owner of the Angels and him hating Steve Cohen. So if that's the case and you're keeping him around for just that one reason, big mistake. Okay. Number 2, you have to do something great right now. If you're not gonna do what I want the team to do, and that is reset, you need to acquire guys right now. I think you need to overhaul the roster, and I'm not talking about like the whole roster, but you can overhaul the roster with like one or two key trades. You bring 2 starting pitchers in here. Okay, now we have and they're successful. Now we're talking. You bring in 1 or 2 bats, then Pete Alonso comes back. Then now we're talking. All right, but if you're going to keep and maintain this roster and you're not going to break things up and reset it, you need to make moves, and you need to make moves now. All right, there's no more sitting back. There's no more waiting. There's no more thinking that things are going to turn around with things being the same. You have to make a move now. All right. These are my opinions. This is what I feel. I don't even want to comment on the details of the Yankee game, because I'm very upset about that, and we lost, and we've been finding ways to lose each and every game, and this is what scares me. This is what bad teams do. Bad teams find ways to lose. They find creative ways to lose. All right, we lost 3 games to Atlanta where we were winning by 3 or more runs, and we've never done that before. We've never been led by 3 or more runs and find a way to blow it in each and every game. So we are discovering new ways to lose. We are discovering different ways to be miserable, and I can't take it. I pray for Met fans. I pray that this turns around very quickly, because I just can't take it. And I know a lot of Met fans at Citi Field, you're not going to be able to take it too. And the thing about Citi Field, I went there once this year, and it really feels like it's Steve Cohen is making Citi Field more than an entertainment venue. It's more than the game now. You got a huge screen in the outfield. You got a screen, actually, you can watch the game from behind the screen. You can actually be eating in center field, so you're not even on the field, but the huge screen, you can actually see the huge screen, so you don't even got to be watching the field. So I feel that the Citi Field has really turned into an entertainment venue, other than the fact of watching baseball. And it's a great place. It's a great place to hang out, but I'm more about baseball. I'm more about the Mets being successful, and I want the focus and I want the concentration of the front office, Steve Cohen ownership, to be specifically on making this team better now and in the future. So those are my opinions. What do you think? Let me know your comments, like and subscribe, And, Met fans, this is the time where we all need to stick together because times are tough. Times are tough. All right. Thank you so much, as always, and let's go, Mets.